Thank you and welcome to episode 311 of the World in Question podcast. My name is Walter Walkester. Let me begin by offering my apologies for last week's episode. Little did I consider the logistics of interviewing a mime for a show that is purely audio. To rectify this error, we will be re-releasing episode 310 with descriptive audio narration. Unfortunately, it will only be available in American Sign Language. Moving on, for today's question, we will be discussing extraterrestrial encounters, specifically first contacts. Have you heard about this, Louise? Like something from a movie, indeed. And for those of you just joining us, please excuse Louise as he continues to recover from his unfortunate trombone accident. Doctors say it will pass to his system with time. Back to our main story, though. Big news from the outer frontier, as a distant planet has chosen our little blue Earth to initiate first contact with. What's more, they have carefully selected the World in Question podcast as the platform for their message of peace and cooperation. I can't tell you how truly excited I am. Giddy like a schoolgirl, Louise. Giddy like a schoolgirl. Joining me now is the first contact ambassador of the alien planet. His name is technically classified as a neurotoxin to carbon-based life forms. Therefore, he has offered the alternative name, Barv. Ambassador Barv, welcome to the show. I'm sorry, Ambassador, I didn't quite catch that. We seem to be having minor technical difficulties, though if they were to join the army, they would surely rise to the rank of major.
Biggest one of my career and I can't find the damn English on this thing.
Wait, no, you've got it right there. You're on it.
Well, butter my biscuits and call me breakfast. Is this it here?
Close, though I think you may have gone and set it to Southern Gentlemen.
Is this better?
Significantly. Though, can nothing be done about the tentacle interference?
Why? Is it distracting?
No, it should be fine.
Good. As I was saying then, thank you, Walter, for having me on the show. And on behalf of my home planet, which your space administration has affectionately nicknamed X02-79 Alpha 3, welcome to the Galactic Alliance. Hey, are you going to finish that trombone?
Thank you, Ambassador. It's great to have you. Now, Galactic Alliance, what is that exactly?
Huh? Oh, well, broadly speaking, the Alliance is a collection of self-governing planets, united through our common interest of trade, discovery, and galactic security.
Much in the vein of Earth's NATO or European Union, no?
Forgive me, but I have no idea what that means.
Probably more similar to the United Federation of Planets anyway. Just a little Earth pop culture for you there.
What, you mean Star Trek? No, we get that show all across the galaxy. Gene's work is highly regarded on his home planet.
I'm sorry?
But anyways, the Alliance currently has 7 member planets, plus 2 non-military partners that participate in trade and come over for galactic game night. It's modest, yes, but we are looking to expand our numbers.
Which of course brings you to Earth, I presume?
That is correct.
And what attracted you to this planet as a candidate? What are the qualifications for a first contact with the Alliance?
Well, our standards are pretty high when it comes to this sort of thing. Achievement of faster-than-light travel is a good baseline, but there are many factors that go into the decision. For instance, we like to see a singular planetary government, as well as a universal standard of rights and laws. Sustainable resource and population management is also important, and we prefer working with generally non-hostile civilizations, just to name a few criteria.
Yes, I'm afraid I must agree with Louise, Ambassador. Few, if not perfectly zero, of those attributes apply to our planet.
Believe me, you weren't our first choice.
I'm sorry, I think your translator may be cutting out again.
Yes, we are aware of the planet's shortcomings, but we have decided to make an exception due to your solar system's strategic location in the galaxy. We've reached out to other, more sophisticated civilizations, such as the one in Europa, but the inhabitants there seemed quite content living as unappendaged filter feeders under an unbroken sea of ice.
I see. In other words, we were your last resort.
Very much so, yes.
Reminds me of the old saying, the dog at the table is fat, but the dog that eats scraps is fitter. Not sure what it means, but it seems to apply here. And it seems we have someone on the call line. Louise, can we patch them through? And I'm being told we do not, in fact, have a call line. And nevertheless, someone is on it. Let's listen in. You're on the World in Question podcast.
Thanks, bro. Stoked to be here. Long-time caller, first-time listener. So I was just wondering, if we're going to be part of this big, important trade and security alliance or whatever, that's going to have, Mondo's serious impact on our evolution as a species and society and junk, right?
I suspect it will, yes.
Yeah, so, my question for Ambassador Barf is, what's the deal on interplanetary liaisons, if you catch my drift?
Liaisons?
Yeah, a little biological research, playing Debussy on the organ, doing a little eight-leg snakeskin boogie.
You're going to have to be less idiomatic.
No need for name-calling, my Prophet Muhammad. I'm just talking about green alien babes. Sorry, I mean green alien ladies.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, so, I'd be totally down for hooking up with some bodacious extraterrestrial chicks if they're all super hot and stuff, but I just don't want to end up in some space prison for it or whatever, you know? Is that going to be a problem in this Galactic Alliance of yours?
The citizens of the Galactic Alliance are free to liaise with whatever intelligent species they like.
Oh, righteous, dude. Follow-up question. What's the, parts department like for your species? I'm getting some serious octopus vibes from you, which is, totally on level, because I've seen some excellent content out of Japan in that regard. But I'm just wondering, how does that translate to?
I'm sorry, caller, we're going to have to cut you off there. We only have the ambassador for so long.
No problemo, man. You keep rocking and rolling like you do. Viva la radio.
Now, thank you, caller. Quite the curious gentleman that was, eh?
Yes, well, this has always been a rather excitable species, hasn't it?
I dare say it's one of our most qualities. Have you studied humans long?
Yes, I've been with the Galactic Alliance's first contact assessment agency for what would be 25 Earth years now. Before me, though, we've been observing Earth for well over a century. To be honest, we find it hard to understand how your development has progressed so slowly.
Socks with sandals might hold the answer you're looking for, I'm sure. Agreed. Timeshare investments are also partially to blame. When you say observing Earth, though, Ambassador, does that imply we have you to thank for our long history of supposed UFO sightings?
Unlikely. First contact assessment agents are thoroughly trained in discretion. Contrary to popular Earth belief, the vast majority of sighted UFOs are not here on purpose.
Why then?
Well, usually what it boils down to is a matter of wrong direction. Crossing through non-alliance systems tends to confuse navigational equipment.
Really? Even something as spectacular as Roswell?
Yes, unfortunate as it was, Roswell was merely a family road trip gone awry. Luckily, they had a policy with Galactic Allied Insurance, so they were able to get back on the Spaceway with a loaner ship that same afternoon. Galactic Allied Insurance. Peace of mind, galaxy-wide. That wasn't a paid promotion. I'm just a fan of the company.
Ah, good, because today's episode of the World in Question podcast is actually brought to you by Skitty's Fritters. Skitty's Fritters, who can be bitter with fritters like these? Anyways, there are a million questions I'm sure I could ask you, Ambassador, but I'll leave it to our governments to sort out the details. While I have you, though, I thought I might go through a list of the most burning issues on the minds of the human race in regards to this new transition. Hopefully you can put a few million nerves at ease.
By all means.
Alrighty then. It's a common trope in extraterrestrial encounter films that the invading force either wants to enslave or destroy the planet, which has conditioned many average Earthlings to be wary of alien life. How do you respond?
Well, of course there are some bad civilizations out there that only want to conquer and destroy, but the Galactic Alliance was created specifically with sovereignty and security in mind. An attack against one planet is an attack against all of them. Membership is an assurance of safety.
So, no probing either?
As I said, citizens are free to liaise with whomever they like.
Good to know. Now, what about hive-like anthropomorphic parasites that lay eggs in your throat, burst out of your chest? Anything like that to worry about?
Yes, but it doesn't happen often.
I'll be sure to keep some bug spray on me if I ever travel then. And what of hunter races that like to challenge the planet's strongest warriors in order to prove their strength?
No, that practice was outlawed ages ago. They've since become intense trading card collectors.
Something our societies have in common then. We've got a few of those ourselves.
Yes, but the bidding wars for this race are settled with fights to the death. They'll kill for the best card.
Nothing compared to Earth's Black Friday, I'm sure. And you know what that sound means. We're almost at the end of our show. Now, I'm sure you have plenty of important business with world leaders, Ambassador. But before we let you go, it's World in Question tradition to let the guest have the final question. So then, is there something you want to know about the human race? About life? The universe? Anything?
Well, I guess I just wonder if... I wonder if you could hold on a second. I gotta take this.
Of course.
Hello? Yes, I'm here on Earth now. Why? Why? I did? You don't say. Oh, that's great news. Great news. Yeah. Yeah, I know they're going to be pissed, but I'll handle it. All right, thanks.
You sound happy.
Yeah, so, funny thing. On behalf of the Galactic government, I just want to thank you again for hosting me. Unfortunately, the Europeans have reconsidered our offer, and, well, this just isn't a good time for us to bring Earth into the Alliance. It's not you, it's us, I swear. We're just not ready for that kind of relationship with you yet. Hopefully we can still be friends, though, and we wish you all the best of luck. Remember, these things take time, and, there's plenty of planets in the galaxy. Someone get me the hell out of here.
And just like that, it seems, our prospect of joining the greater galaxy was squandered. So I guess it's really true what they say. Don't bring a mute man to a blind date. Well, Louise, the ambassador left without getting any questions, so I leave it to you to end out the show. What would you like to ask? Ah, classic. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because the grass seed looked greener on the other side. Too bad he didn't see that truck coming. This has been the World in Question podcast. Always be a pain in the ass. Good night.